Morning, everybody. I know that I can't come to all of your shifts to talk to you about the wraps, so we thought it would be best to make a training video. So here it goes. We're going to start with the lettuce, okay? It comes in the big 6 packs of lettuce, and it comes dirty. You guys, we have to wash the lettuce. We just have to. So I'm going to cut it in small pieces. You're going to spin it in this, but first of all, I'm going to just come over and wash my hands. Normally, you would use gloves, but because I'm just making this wrap for myself, I'm going to wash my hands really good and then proceed from there, okay? All right, so when you get the lettuce, we're not going to want big pieces like this. First of all, you can see that it's kind of wilty, it's kind of nasty. Nobody's going to want to eat that. So we have to be very aware of the quality of the product that we're putting out, you guys. So I would make this smaller pieces. And you see the brown paper towel in here. This is fantastic. This is going to absorb the lettuce, and it's going to keep it from saving. So you can prepare it a lot ahead of time. You're going to see the ribs. This is really cut out well. Nobody's going to want to bite into that big chunk of that rib. So thank you for cutting that out. All right, the salad spinner, please make sure that you do that a few times to get the soap. Make sure that it's rinsed out. Make sure that it's cleaned really well. Nobody wants dirty food. So please make sure that you do that and rinse it really well. That's what that tool is about. All right, we're gonna move over here to the wraps. I know that some of these bags are kind of funny. I know that sometimes it's got that weird seal on it, but just be very aware that when you open these up for the first time, that you use it like a Ziploc. It's really important, you guys, that these are sealed up, because if they don't seal up, then when you put them away, then they get hard and we lose a whole bunch of wraps. So please make sure that they're sealed up. Also, I know that sometimes when you pull out the wraps, see, like this one is coming out really nicely. Sometimes they stick together. So just kind of take your hand and gently pry them apart. Not a big deal, but something to be aware of. Also, if you pry them apart and they break or rip, that's not something that we can use if it's got a hole in it. So throw it away. All right, I'm going to talk about the meat. All that you have to do is 3 slices of meat. And then when you're putting that down, you have to be very aware that it doesn't all just land in the middle, okay? Then they have to work around that meat. We're gonna spread it like a burrito. So 1 slice there. 1 slice there. 1 slice there. And I see that one of these got torn, so I'm just going to put a little extra there. Okay, since I handled this, I'm not going to put it back into with the rest. I'll just save that aside for me for later. So if you have little scraps, just spread it out, all right, you guys, in a burrito style fashion, okay? So like I said, you're not going to want it like that. You're going to want to spread it out so it's a bite of meat in every so the meat, you get a bite instead of just tortilla, all right? We're going to talk about this pepper jack cheese. The shredded cheese is great because you can just sprinkle it on. You're not going to want to put it in a big lump. You're going to sprinkle it all over, okay? Like you would a pizza. All right, this pepper jack cheese. Do you see how some are cut thinner than others? And I know that it's not always easy to cut this cheese, but if it's like this, then just break it. Break it in pieces, you guys. You're not going to want to have 2 big clumps of pepper jack cheese and bite into them. That's just not appealing. So just break it like you would the shredded cheese. So grab the amount of cheese that you would want, or that you need, 2 slices. So that way it's spread throughout. I'm making a buffalo chicken. Please know that all the directions are up on these forms. So if you're not sure what goes on what, it's all listed here, okay? If you have any questions, here are your cheat sheets, okay? Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands again because I just touched that lid, so. All right, so I know that all of you are gonna be using gloves, so I'm gonna slip some on just so I can show you guys how it's gonna work with wrapping and things like that. I know it's not always the easiest because I know some of you have smaller hands than I do and the gloves just aren't tight like a doctor would wear. So just do what you can, wear them. We don't want to get turned into the health department, so it's a requirement. It's also a requirement to have your hair pulled back. Ideally, we would like you guys to wear a hat or something like that, but it's not required. So please, this has to be pulled back. If there is any food, we're gonna have to, or hair, we will find out who was working that shift the day the wrap was made. So just a heads up, protect yourself. Okay, we're gonna move over to lettuce. And again, like I said, I am gonna pick out a little bit of the wiltier pieces. Since it's just for me, I'm gonna eat it, that's not a big deal. But we just really wanna make sure that it's good for our customers. So I'm gonna pull out a few pieces. And I noticed in the past, some of you are like, let's load on the lettuce, but it doesn't need that much. Just think about a sandwich that you would make for yourself, just a couple of pieces. All right, so I just used, 2 there and 2 there, I guess. So about 4 pieces of lettuce is all that I'm using. It's not too much, but that's what it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys how to wrap it. All right, so what I do is I fold over the sides. Notice I'm struggling a little bit because of that rib in there. So I'm just gonna move that over because it just wasn't folding up nice. Okay, so we're gonna do the edges over. What is that? About 1.5 inches, I guess. And then I'm gonna slowly lift that up. Do you see how it's nice and square here? So it's kind of a degree. And then I'm just gonna continue to roll. And then I take my fingers up here and I tuck them in, all right? So let's do that over. So I'm gonna start rolling with my fingers, and then I take these and tuck it in. Okay, you see how nice and burrito-like that is? And that's almost the full length, well, I guess it's a little bit longer than my hand, okay? So you're not gonna wanna have them too short, you're not gonna wanna have them too fat, just like a burrito that you would get at Chipotle or any other Mexican place, all right? So the other thing is it should weigh between 8 and 11 ounces, all right? So let's just put it on the scale real quick. How to use this scale? First of all, you're gonna find it over here. It's usually tucked under the chai area, all right? Change it. So when you go to the 0, all that you have to do is take your thumbs, all right, and you can move it to balance it out again. Okay, so there we have it at the 0. I'm actually just going to throw my glove over the top. All right, 8 ounces. See that? So anywhere between 8, 9 ounces, 10, I guess, is getting a little up there, but that's okay. All right. So let's cut this. Now, when I do mine, I usually will put my hand there because, like I said, it's about the full length of my hand. So I usually will put my hand there. That way that helps me find the middle, okay? So So I'm just gonna go like that. Watch your thumb, please don't cut yourself. And then I just slowly do the saran motion. And then here's what you're gonna wanna see. You're gonna wanna see a correct portion of lettuce, meat, and cheese. What I've noticed in the past is I'm not seeing any meat in some of them, and then I have to take it apart when I find them at the hospital, or you know, they'll call me and say, I think that maybe they forgot to put the meat on it, but I will unwrap it and then I will see meat, but it's tucked way down or it's just not in the correct place. So see how the cheese is also, you guys, it's a correct amount of cheese. You're not gonna have a big wad of cheese right there in the middle. Nobody's gonna wanna bite into that big lump of cheese. So it's just correct portions, all right, you guys? It's pretty easy, pretty basic. I know that you guys can all handle it. It is not rocket science. It's just taking your time, making sure that you do it. You have to look at the quality. Is this a sandwich that I'm gonna wanna eat? Or is it a full salad and all I see is lettuce? Or is it just all meat and no lettuce? So you have to look at your portions, you have to look at is it eye appeal? Okay, and then quality. The other thing that I've noticed is the dating. We have to be very careful about when we put the label on. You're gonna put the label right on the seal of where it's wrapped. We're gonna use that label to close it and to make sure that it's all sealed and that it's done with. You're not gonna wanna put the label on the top. You're gonna wanna put the label where the plastic is wrapped. And then after you're done, you're going to want to date it, and then I want you to put your initials on it. That way we know. Michelle Loveland made this wrap. Everybody's going to take claim the responsibility for making these wraps every day. So if it's 2 of you, then 2 of you are going to put your initials on it. It's really not that simple, you guys. I kind of enjoy making them. It's easy peasy, really. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Can't imagine that you guys would. Oh, I know what else. When you guys are making multiple of them, I load up. So tortilla, 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 and that way it's little assembly line. So then you put on top of the wraps, you're gonna do 3 slices of turkey, 3 slices of turkey, 3 slices of turkey, 3 slices of turkey, and then you do the lettuce. So it's really not that bad, but you can make it a little assembly line. The other thing that I've noticed, I'm sorry, this is gonna be my last thing, but when you're making a bunch of wraps, you're gonna wanna make a variety of the wrap flavors. Okay, so you're not gonna always wanna have a bunch of orange. Make all your wraps in just orange. Make some in the orange, and make some in the green, and make some in the white. Let's give the cooler at the hospital a variety looking, so they're not just looking in at a bunch of orange wraps. So when you make the wraps, give it a little variety, you guys. I think that's about it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that this answers a few questions and makes it look as easy as it should be. Thanks.